If you're looking for something to do in Lakeland, Florida, or maybe you just love to be outside and go hiking like we do, you can come with us as we tour Circle B Bar Reserve in Lakeland, Florida.
It's natural to associate palm trees and white sands and ocean breezes with Florida's landscape, but there's so much more to Florida than that. In West Central Florida, Lakeland and Tampa, there are beautiful examples of the vast biodiversity present in Florida. Not only that, but there's also so much more to do in Lakeland or Tampa than just go to theme parks or to the beach, both of which I love, by the way. There is seemingly no end of things to do in Florida, and in the greater Tampa and Lakeland areas, that definitely holds true. From busch gardens and Legoland to the beach and shopping and dining. When it comes to things to do in Lakeland or Tampa that are outside, or things to do that are free or at least very cheap, hiking is a great option since it allows you to experience Florida's various landscapes and to do something just a little bit different, at least for Florida. Circle B Bar Reserve is a nature preserve located southeast of Lakeland on Lake Hancock. The preserve is less than 10 miles from downtown Lakeland and less than 40 miles from Tampa, so it's an easy drive if you're looking for something to do from the Tampa area as well. The preserve is a former cattle ranch that consists of over 1,200 acres and is a beautiful place to experience the best of Central Florida nature. Swamps, marshlands, fields, rivers, and lakes. The first things we noticed coming onto the preserve were the trees. Gorgeous, mature, sprawling live oaks draped with flowing Spanish moss. They create a tranquil, brooding, shaded sanctuary. There's a parking area near the entrance with access to a few different trails from there, but we drove a bit further in and parked at the Polk Nature Discovery Center. The Discovery Center is currently open during its normal hours and it's free to the public. Inside there are several interesting exhibits and information kiosks about the various ecosystems and wildlife you can observe on the reserve. Some of the exhibits are of course closed temporarily because of COVID. First of all, I had read online that the Discovery Center was temporarily closed, which meant that the only facilities were porta potties.
I can't speak of it.
And stupidly, I didn't take the time to go check for myself when I first arrived. I should have checked. There are several trails and paths around the grounds. There's information on the Circle B Bar website about the trails, and there are signs posted regularly along the trail as well. There's also an app for a guided tour. On the signage and on the app, you can find information about the various types of plant life, ecosystems, water conservation, and wildlife on the reserve. Most of the paths are very wide and spacious, which was helpful since it was an extremely hot day.
I do recommend a couple things. Bug spray, that's a big one. Sunscreen, we're out here and it's not super sunny today, but it is very hot. And because it's not really close and the trail is nice and wide, there's a bit of a breeze, but it is super hot and muggy today. So we have about 1.5 miles to go back to the center. This is a really big loop and there are several trails to take.
We walked about 4 miles, but it would have been pretty easy to go even farther. The trails we took led us through the marsh and to the lake.
We've only encountered a couple other people on the trail, and they all have these great looking cameras. It's a wonderful place for photography. So if that's you, this is a super place to go. Wildlife, trees, it's really nice.
It was very secluded and peaceful and quiet. As promised on the website, we did encounter some wildlife, as you can see. This raccoon was so close to us, and once I spotted him, I tried to be still until he began his retreat. And although I recommended bug spray, I didn't use any myself and really wasn't bothered by bugs. There were lots of butterflies and dragonflies around too. We also saw this wild pig on our way in. Our other wildlife encounters did not disappoint. We saw lots of birds and got to watch this one working hard for his lunch. And we watched this alligator swim around the lake. I was very happy to see him out there and not on the trail or beside the trail, at least not while I was there. We had such an enjoyable day at Circle B Bar Reserve. It's a wonderful place to walk or to bring kids or see wildlife up close and in their natural habitats. There are also guided hikes and tram tours for anyone interested in touring the reserve without having to walk too far or to just get some more detailed information about the area. Reservations are required for the guided tours and tram tours. I should also mention that no pets are allowed on the reserve for their protection and the protection of the wildlife there. Thank you for coming with me today on our tour of Circle B Bar Reserve. I hope you enjoyed it. It's definitely high on my list of recommendations for things to do in Lakeland and near Tampa.